They say on a Monday, Khanyisile Nyalunga comes to work in a Golf 7. On a Tuesday, she comes to work in a Mercedes-Benz C-Class. The next day, a Mercedes-Benz ML250. And then when she knocks off at work, Khanyisile goes to her mansion. Khanyisile is a 29-year-old traffic police officer. She works in the Mbombela municipality. Normally, the pay for her job rank is around 15,000 to 30,000 rand a month. But nobody asks how she makes all this extra money or how she affords the luxury life that she lives. I mean, it is common knowledge that Khanyisile's mother passed away recently and left her some good inheritance. But on July 28, Khanyisile was arrested. The police are saying she is a key player in a syndicate that has been conducting cash-in-transit heists in Mpumalanga. They say her luxury cars, the Mercedes-Benzes, have been stolen and used in cash-in-transit heists. But wait, isn't Khanyisile a respected police officer who sought to protect and serve her country? And why is she being linked to Desmond Sioko, Mpumalanga's most notorious CIT heist kingpin? Who is Khanyisile Viola Nyalunga? Welcome to True Crime with me, Julia. On this channel, we do true crime cases that have happened in South Africa. If there is one thing that the Madlanga Commission has showed us, is that fighting crime in South Africa is such a long way to go because criminals are in bed or are cooking dinner for law enforcement officers. This is one of those cases. Please note that the story is based on allegations because Khanyisile is currently on trial and everything said about her or any allegation thrown at her has not been proven in a court of law as yet. So let us get into the story. In the quiet lawful town of Mbombela, a young traffic officer in a crisp brown uniform was known for her discipline, her neat paperwork, and her calmness on the road. But behind the badge, prosecutors say lived a woman who moved with men feared across the province, a woman whose name would soon be whispered in connection with high-powered rifles, hijacked Mercedes-Benz sedans, and a violent cash-in-transit heist. But who is Khanyisile Viola Nyalunga? Well, Khanyisile was just 29 years old. She was attached to the Hazyview satellite office of the Mbombela Traffic Department. She was known as dedicated. She was quiet, and they say she was focused. She was a daughter of a very disciplined woman as well. Her late mother was a teacher. But what a few people knew was that her personal life was tangled in a web of dangerous connections that investigators say would eventually pull her into one of Mpumalanga's most shocking cash-in-transit cases. According to reports, when Khanyisile was born, her father had another child outside of the relationship with her mother. She didn't know her half-sibling for most of her childhood until she got older. She finished her matric and then she started her training as a Metro Police officer. She was then placed in the Mbombela Traffic Department and was already an adult when she finally met the half-brother. The half-brother's name is Desmond Khanyisile Sioko. Khanyisile is said to have three names. Some know him as Khanyisile Sioko, some know him as Khanyisile Dlamini, some also know him as Khanyisile Nyalunga. But for the sake of this report, we are going to call him Desmond Mbunu. He also calls himself Mbunu because Mbunu loosely translates to being white. So he says when he was younger, his complexion was much lighter, so then he would be called Mbunu. Mbunu was someone who was frenemies with the law enforcement. Some reports say he was raised by prison cells more than his parents raised him. He was in and out of prison while growing up. So when they were older, the two siblings became very close. When Khanyisile's mother passed on, she left her a house, a state-of-the-art double-story mansion in Ngodini just outside Nelspruit. Desmond also owned a house, a posh home in Mhlabanyatsi in Muhushu outside Hazyview. So if the two were not at the home in Ngodini, they were definitely at the other home. As I mentioned, Desmond was someone who had a close relationship with prison cells. Desmond was arrested again in his adult life. He was arrested in Hazyview in March 2023. The police stopped two cars that were believed to be about to be used in a cash-in-transit heist. The Mpumalanga Provincial Police Crime Intelligence Unit had been tipped off about a possible cash-in-transit heist that was about to happen. Police then surveillanced the two cars and then they stopped them. A grey Audi sedan and a Mercedes-Benz. The Mercedes-Benz sped off when the occupants noticed the police. The Audi was cornered, resulting in the police ordering Desmond and his partner to lay on the ground. When the police searched the vehicle, they discovered a large blue bag. The bag contained an assortment of weapons, including the notorious AK-47 automatic assault rifle. It had pistols, detonators, bombs, and a huge number of ammunition. The two suspects were immediately arrested and taken into police cells. However, soon after, they were released on bail. It is not yet clear when and how Khanyisile was introduced to Desmond's world, but it seems the policewoman enjoyed it to the fullest. The perks, the benefits of driving luxury cars, of living a soft life, and being the envy of her colleagues. She was allegedly at the forefront of planning most of the hits. She allegedly worked closely in selecting the men they were going to work with in the heist. She was also responsible for choosing and booking guest houses and hotels the crew used to plan their heists in. And in some cases, she used her car to transport the weapons used. She also allegedly picked up the crew from the scene. And she also used her own service pistol as and when it was needed, allegedly. It was Thursday, July 27, just after 1:30 p.m. A Fidelity armored vehicle was making its way from White River to Hazyview. It was escorted by a TSU tactical vehicle, which is standard protocol for a region riddled by CIT attacks. As they approached the White River Hazyview junction, the convoy made a right turn, and in the split second, chaos erupted. A grey Mercedes-Benz sedan slammed into the armored truck with full force. Before the vehicles even stopped moving, the air filled with gunfire. Automatic rifles, high-caliber rounds, glass shattering, metal twisting. 2 security guards were hit and they were later sent to hospital. The TSU escort team fired back, forcing the attackers to abandon their mission. Within minutes, the would-be robbers disappeared in 3 getaway cars, leaving a wounded team, traumatized witnesses, and a trail of shell casings behind them. It was a failed heist, but the story was far from over. In the hours that followed, investigators pieced together CCTV footage. They went through phone records and witness statements. Then came the breakthrough. A vehicle registered to Mbombela traffic officer Khanyisile Nyalunga. The car was reported seen transporting some of the assailants and the firearms used in the heist. This immediately raised alarms. A search warrant was executed at her home. What police found sent shockwaves through the Hazyview community. A stolen Mercedes-Benz ML250, a stolen Mercedes-Benz C-Class, both reported stolen in separate provinces, both allegedly used at the heist scene. And both of the cars were neatly parked inside Khanyisile's yard. To investigators, it was more than coincidence. It was a link, a direct bridge between a public servant and a violent crime operation. Khanyisile was arrested on July 28th, just 1 day after the heist attempt. She was charged with conspiracy to commit robbery. She was charged with robbery with aggravating circumstances, attempted murder, possession of an unlicensed firearm and ammunition, and defeating the ends of justice. But Khanyisile insists she is innocent. She also refuses to reveal the actual suspects, and she also decided to protect her own brother, Desmond, who was never arrested but was linked to this heist. And her fight was only just beginning. Her first bail attempt at the White River Magistrate Court lasted for 3 days. Prosecutors argued that she was deeply involved, even helping choose the robbers and transport the guns. A state witness claimed that she had been seen at a guest house where the planning took place. They said she's the one that booked the house. She didn't sleep over though, but she came twice. The magistrate ruled that she was a flight risk and bail was denied. But Khanyisile appealed, and the High Court in Mpumalanga saw things differently. Judge Khamashai stated that she had no previous convictions, no pending cases, and the evidence did not place her at the crime scene, only at a house afterward. The judge ruled that there were exceptional circumstances, and then her bail was set at 5,000 rand with strict conditions. For a moment, it seemed that she might walk a different path. But tragedy was waiting just around the corner. Just a few weeks later, on a cold August morning, a passerby spotted a man lying beside the Numbi Gate in the Kruger National Park. He had been shot multiple times, in the head, in the chest, and in the body. The man was Khanyisile's brother, Desmond, aka Mbunu, the same man she had told the court that she wanted to take care of because he was allegedly sick. His death was execution style. Police found no suspects, No arrests were made, but his death cast a long shadow of Khanyisile's already complicated case. Some residents even celebrated, a chilling reminder of how deeply feared he was. And just like that, Khanyisile's last emotional support system was gone. Khanyisile returned to court, now without her brother, and with even greater pressure on investigators to finish the case. The NPA postponed the matter for further investigations. For now, she remains a public servant accused of serving two worlds, one of law and one of the criminal underworld. So what are your thoughts on this one? Do you think she was knowingly involved? Was she manipulated by her brother's dangerous world? Or was she a crucial insider helping a powerful syndicate? As the court drags forward, only one thing is very clear. The truth behind Khanyisile Viola Nyalunga's story. A story of uniforms, stolen cars, assassins, and shattered loyalties is far from over. It's something that we are currently seeing in the country, just with different names, different ranks, different people, different faces, but the very same story is playing right in front of us. What are your thoughts on the story? Please let me know what you think. Please stay safe. I will see you on the next one.